Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the webinar on 899 Occupational Health and Employee Assistance Programme. In this webinar, we'll be talking through the Lot 2 aspect of the framework, which is the Employee Assistance Programme aspect. Just to introduce myself, I am Charlotte Kennett, the category buyer here at YPO. I sit within the HR services area, which covers the procurement of recruitment, training, and anything else that fits within a HR remit. I'm just going to go through some housekeeping. You have all joined this webinar in a listening mode only. However, you do have access to type questions throughout the webinar. I will go through some of the questions at the end, and if I don't, I will create a Q&A document and share it with everyone at the end. So today, we are going to cover the background of the framework, give you an overview of what is included within the framework, features and benefits, and any best practice I can share with you also. I'd just like to mention that this won't be an hour-long webinar. It will only take between 20 and 30 minutes. Firstly, I will just quickly mention who YPO are. YPO was established 45 years ago, and we have a wide range of customers within the public sector. We're 100% publicly owned by 13 local authorities, which means all our profits go back into our public sector customers. We have a large choice of available leading UK suppliers, so we can provide you with everything you could possibly need to successfully run your organisation. I will start with some general information about the Framework Agreement. The Framework Agreement has been put in partnership with London Borough of Islington. Islington contacted YPO to ask us to partner with them to create a national framework. Originally, they had a framework in place which was just for Employee Assistance Programme for the London boroughs to use. However, there was also a need to procure the occupational health within the framework, as it very much fits together. The framework period is for 2 years with the option to extend for an additional 24 months. However, your call-off can go beyond the life of the framework, so if you wanted to have a contract in place for 5 years, you can do. Customers who are able to use the framework are local authorities, emergency services and blue light, housing associations, health organisations and charities. If your organisation is not included on this list, then please get in contact with myself and I can double check if your organisation is eligible to use the framework. So, what is EAP within your workplace? An employee assistance programme is a confidential workplace service. An EAP helps employees deal with work-life stresses, family issues, financial concerns, relationship problems, and even drug or legal concerns. It is often available to both employees and their families to help workers remain productive at work. 5 things to note when procuring an EAP solution. Understand what is important to your organisation. When compiling your tender, be sure to take note of what's important to you within your submission, from both a quality and price perspective. Then weight your questions and pricing accordingly. Educate yourself on EAPs. Understand what an EAP are and the service they can provide, crucial in drafting your specification and tender documents. Remember your wellbeing agendas. A good EAP will always look to integrate with both internal and external wellbeing teams and policies. Providing any relevant internal policies, procedures, agendas or initiatives within your tender means that bidders can illustrate how they intend to work alongside or support existing teams, as well as how they will propose to provide a seamless wellbeing service. Examine your deadlines. Consider your deadlines carefully, as this can alter the quality and quantity of your responses. Short submission deadlines are sometimes unavoidable. However, it is important to consider your submission requirements, such as number of questions when working to a deadline. This too goes for clarification windows, as a short deadline may leave you with tenders that don't meet your requirements due to limited opportunity to check. If there's anything that is unclear, please ask. Each EAP is unique, offering a range of wellbeing solutions aimed at improving the overall wellbeing of your employees. So finding the right provider is key. By engaging with providers and understanding your requirements, you are guaranteed to receive the best quality of service for your organisation. So, how is the framework set out? We have detailed a core specification with additional add-on services. So the core specification includes a 24-hour confidential service available 365 days a year for employees and members of their families, to telephone counselling and an information and advice helpline. Online counselling for employees and their immediate family to access 4, 6 or 8 sessions per year. Now this is down to you to specify what your employees are allowed. Face-to-face counselling for employees and their immediate families. So yet again, the 4, 6 or 8 sessions per year. And these are lasting a minimum of 50 minutes. These are yet to be specified by you. 24-hour trauma response helpline, advice and guidance which covers financial advice, debt management, legal information and guidance, child and dependent care services, Citizen Advice Bureau services, stress management and domestic violence information. There's also workplace consultations and support line for managers, fact sheets and self-assessment tools and health and wellbeing presentations, also regular reports and comprehensive management information to be provided to the customers, which are flexible on-time reports to suit your requirements. We've also included a full range of promotional material within the core services, including manager guidelines. And as mentioned, we've also put in additional services. Obviously, we are aware that the core services might not include everything within your organisation's requirements, and so we have listed some additional services you might want to consider. However, the additional services are not mandatory or limited to the ones we have provided within the specification. Some examples of these are mediation sessions, apprenticeship support, trauma and critical incident counselling to be provided on-site within 24 hours. But yet again, these are not limited to the ones we have provided. If you'd like to know more about what is included, please send me an email after this webinar and I will send through the full specification available. Pricing has also been established for the core services aspect only. This has been done on a price per head basis, dependent on the amount of face-to-face counselling sessions off-site. So if you're wanting 4 sessions, 6 sessions or 8 sessions, the price will depend on the sessions you are wanting. And obviously these are lasting a minimum of 50 minutes. We have done some additional services pricing, however, this is dependent on if they're included within our specification. So, who are the providers on the YPO framework? We have 4 providers on the Lot 2 aspect: Health Assured, Wellbeing Solutions Management, which is part of Medigold, Workplace Options and Workplace Wellness. What to think about and what do you want from your provider? Do you want them to work with your occupational health provider in partnership and get to that last goal? Do you want quality reports? Do you want online websites that can include information instead of going directly by the phone to them? Confidentiality is a key one. Do you want good customer service, or is there anything else that you want as added value? These are some of the things to think about from what you want from your provider. So how can you procure through the framework? So we've done 2 routes to market. You can either do a direct award, which you will award a call-off contract without reopening competition for the cost, specification and additional service. A direct award can be made to supplier if the participating customer can demonstrate the selected provider offers the most economically advantageous offer. For a direct award, the customer will use the specific call-off terms and conditions, complete the order form and send to the selected supplier. There's also the option to do a further competition. The customer will award a call-off contract following a further competition exercise. The customer will use the award criteria to set out in the original framework agreement supplemented with their specific requirements, and invite all successful suppliers from that lot to submit a sealed bid. Conducting a further competition. You're able to conduct a further competition with the following weightings: price set out at between 0% and 60%, quality between 40 and 100%. Some of the areas you might want to think about when creating your further competition are account management, partnership working, staffing structure and support. These are just some ideas that have come to light. So how can YPO help you through procuring your EAP? We can do one-to-one meetings. I can come and I can help you with any questions you may have in relation to the framework. Supplier engagement days. If you wish to do some upfront engagement with each of the suppliers on the framework, I'm happy to arrange the sessions and attend. Doing supplier engagement sessions, gain an understanding of the method and service delivery and company values. This is really key, and I really think it's really good to do prior to procuring your requirements. Reviewing specifications. I'm happy to review any specifications or further competition documents to make sure everything has been included. And YPO can issue your further competition via our e-tendering portal, and all these services are free of charge. So the documents we have available for our customers, the framework user guide. So this includes all the information in relation to the framework and everything you need to know. The pricing information, we can send that out per supplier. Further competition template documents and direct award template documents. All these documents can be found under the framework page on the website as well. And a few last minute tips. So what I would suggest is warm up the market and give time, share your timetable and avoid the last minute rush, and do some prior engagement with the providers. All this will really help towards whether you're doing a direct award or further competition. Now I know that's run really short, however, thank you so much for listening to the webinar, and I hope you found it beneficial and learnt about the YPO framework we have put in place. Now it's over to you. If you have any questions, please send them through now. And then if you could bear with me for a couple of minutes and I will feedback on what questions we have received. Okay, so we've just had the one question, and this is regarding, are we able to see the tender submissions sent through at procurement stage? Yeah, of course. If you do want the tender submissions from the providers and what questions we have asked, please let us know, and I can get those sent over to you. There has not been any more questions, but if you do have any questions, please let me know and contact me on the hrsolutions@ypo.co.uk, and I'll be happy to help. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you found it useful.